Hey, what's up? It's always me, Johnny, and welcome to my new video. So today, as you already saw by the title, we're gonna compare the standard Mi 11 and the Mi 11 Ultra. Both are smartphones by Xiaomi and they have very similar specs. So on paper, they have the same hardware, and actually I did a little benchmark comparison on my previous video. So if you haven't seen that one, I will leave it right here so you can check it. And I did that just to see if there were like some major differences, but just watch the video. And if you are interested in something else, just comment down below on that video too. So as I was saying, we are gonna compare in this video the Mi 11 and the Mi 11 Ultra, but not like I did in the previous video, but on the camera side. Because as you may already know, the Mi 11 Ultra is becoming like a standard to mobile photography and also videos, because it takes really good photos and videos. If you haven't seen my latest review on the Mi 11 Ultra, just check it out just for curiosity and let me know what you think. By the way, let's talk about these two smartphones and let's see how they are like hardware side on the camera department. So we have 3 cameras in the back of both phones and one of course in the front. And with the Mi 11 we have the main sensor that it is like kind of a big sensor actually, and it is 108 megapixel sensor, a lot of megapixel that sometimes they are useful and sometimes they're not, but we will see that after. Then we have like an ultra wide lens, of course, because it's becoming now a standard, and I'm happy about that because I shoot a lot with ultra wide. And also we have a telemacro lens of 2x that you can use for very good macro. We will see that after, and you can use it also for a little bit of zoom in your photos. Then on the Mi 11 Ultra we have also 3 cameras, and we have the main sensor of 50 megapixel, and it is a very big sensor actually. So we have an 1/2 inch sensor that is very big for a smartphone. Then we have the other 2 sensors that they are about 48 megapixel, because they are pretty standard sensor that you can find on other smartphones, and they are actually very good. So both the ultra wide angle and the 5x zoom, that it is actually the periscope module. But hardware aside, let's go into the comparison and let's see who takes the better photo. So just before starting this quick comparison, I've decided to do this video just for fun, as I did the performance test, so the benchmarks, because I mean they are very different phones, like I did with the iPhone 12 mini against the Mi 11 Ultra. So they are not really comparable, we can say, because we have different price, we have different lenses. They are like different category phones. So one is like, yes, it's a top phone, because the Mi 11, it is one of the top phones that you can find on the market right now. But the Mi 11 Ultra, it is another category, like the ultra phones actually, because it goes beyond like the 1,000 euros price, and so we have like big difference in price, of course. So this is just a quick and fun comparison, just a disclaimer about this video. So I've compared these 2 camera shots on my PC, because probably on YouTube you're not gonna see maybe not that much of a difference because of the YouTube compression of the videos, but I've compared the photos right here on my PC, and actually I can tell you that the Mi 11 actually with the 108 megapixel camera takes great photos for the price and the sensor that it has actually. I mean, it is not comparable to the Mi 11 Ultra shot with the main camera, but it is close. You can see that we have on the Mi 11 a little bit more of sharpening, of digital sharpening, and on the Mi 11 Ultra we don't have that much sharpening, because we have more of a natural look shots, and I like that more, of course, because it does seem that you are taking photos with like a pocket camera or a small mirrorless, so you have like top-notch quality for sure. In the ultra wide lens and in the tele lens, of course, you can see a big difference, especially in the tele lens, because the telemacro lens on the Mi 11, I mean, it is good, but it's more of a macro lens than tele, because when you're taking zoom shot like 2x, it's not that good. You have like a lot of digital sharpening, and if you want to take zoom shot with the Mi 11, you better use the 108 megapixel mode, because you can zoom the picture after in post-production and you have like better quality, in my opinion. But if you have to take like macro, that is when this camera comes very useful, because it takes like very good macros, in my opinion. And you cannot do that with the Mi 11 Ultra, because you can take macro because it has a macro mode on the camera, but it is not that good. I mean, it's good, but if you compare the two macro shots, you can see that the Mi 11 Ultra can take the shot like close enough like the Mi 11 does. So that is a big plus for the Mi 11 if you're interested to taking macro shots, of course. Then with the ultra wide lens, we have a 13 megapixel lens on the Mi 11 and a 48 megapixel on the Mi 11 Ultra. So it is a big difference, because also the Mi 11 Ultra has a bigger sensor also on the 48 megapixel camera, ultra wide. So you can see the difference, but it is not that much of a difference. In my opinion, you have a little bit more of digital sharpening here also on the Mi 11, but if you are taking like photos for social, I mean, you're good anyway, because you cannot see any difference. Like me now that I am uploading these photos to YouTube, you probably won't see any difference. The only difference that it is pretty much visible, I guess, also on this video on YouTube, it is the white balance. The white balance on the Mi 11 is a little bit strange, because sometimes compared to the Mi 11 Ultra, it is a little bit warmer on the main lens, and on the ultra wide lens it does change from situation to situation, because sometimes I've seen like some magenta shift. I mean, they are like little shifts, so nothing that you have to worry of. For example, it's not like the OnePlus 9 Pro, that it has actually a very big white balance shift between the lenses, and that was like very annoying. But here you have like very little shift that you can see only if you compare to other photos actually, and in this case to the Mi 11 Ultra photos. That small white balance shift apart, you can say that they are very much similar shots. Actually, you can see, as I was saying before, you can see digital sharpening only if you are zooming a lot in the photo, and you can see actually the difference between 13 and 48 megapixel camera. But it is just something that you have to go and see the specific detail on every photos. So if you are taking photos for social, I always repeat that they are very good photos. Then one more plus that I can give to the Mi 11 Ultra, it is the bokeh effect, the natural bokeh effect that you can take with the main sensor. Actually, you can probably see the difference on this photo that I will show you right now. We have like a pretty good blurry background on both of the photos, but if you look closely, you can see that on the Mi 11, you have like a digital blurriness in the background. And you can see also some black lines around the subject. They are very small, but I mean, this is the difference. And on the Mi 11 Ultra, you have this nice bokeh and it looks really natural. I mean, it is really natural. So very good quality on this sensor. Then talking about the video side, we have pretty much the same situation as always, of course. Actually, as I said also in my Mi 11 review of the camera on this phone, we have like awesome performance on this phone for its price and its camera, because the video from the Mi 11, the standard one, are very good in my opinion, because it is using, of course, the main camera, so it is the best one on the phone. And you have really nice quality. You have really nice stabilization, because this phone is one of the most stabilized one that I've tried, and it is working very good. And actually on the Mi 11 Ultra 2, it is working very good. So talking about the stabilization, you have no problem on both of these phones. But if you compare the main cameras between these two phones, I mean, there is not that much difference. I mean, you can see always that more of a digital look on the Mi 11, but it is a small difference. It still does take great videos until you are using the main sensor. If you are using maybe the 2x, it's more of a 2x digital zoom, so the video quality isn't that great. So I don't suggest to use that lens for videos. But if you are shooting in ultra wide, and if you have like good lighting, you can still shoot with that lens too, because the quality will be good. But what I am suggesting, if you are shooting on the Mi 11, just shoot with the primary lens because it takes really good images and videos, of course. Different story for the Mi 11 Ultra, because of course you can use all the lenses and you have great quality on all these lenses. And if you are shooting in 4K 30 FPS, you can switch between lenses. And this is a very cool feature that I'm hoping to see on every phone, maybe and possibly also using 4K 60 FPS, because I tend to use like 4K 60 FPS because I like more the quality and the bitrate on that format. But if I have to use 4K 30 FPS to switch lenses, I will do it anyway. And for now, I don't know why, on the Mi 11, you cannot switch lenses until you go lower than 4K. So I don't know why that, because they have pretty much the same power, and pretty much the same software. So I'm hoping for an update in the future for that feature. Also, one more issue we can say that I've seen in this video that I've shooted, actually, it is the sometimes struggle with the HDR with the Mi 11, with automatic HDR. I don't know, sometimes it is struggling when you're filming in the harsh conditions. So you have like very bright sunlight and you have like very dark shadows. So you can see like a little bit of flickering in the highlights, but it depends really when you are shooting. So I did notice that also in the iPhone, for example, but I think it is a software issue that probably some smartphones struggles with. Other than that, you have, as I said, like the same software. So you have all the features that you have on every Xiaomi camera. So all those plus features that you can find sometimes useful. So no difference on that. And this video actually was only to compare the difference between the images and the videos. So because you have pretty much the same phone, no difference on that. And to throw some conclusion, I mean, the Mi 11 Ultra, it is clearly the winner of this battle, of course. That was predictable indeed. But the Mi 11, the standard Mi 11, just defended himself very well, in my opinion. Because when I saw the photos and videos on my computer, they were very similar. And I was pretty much happy about that, because you can still take like some good photos without spending like more than 1,000 euros or dollar, whatever. This is a good thing. But if you want to take like great photos with your smartphone, of course you have to take the Ultra one. That is my quick conclusion. I mean, there's nothing more about to say in the conclusion, because it is clear who is the winner of this battle. But if you have different opinion, or maybe you just want to say hi, just type a comment down below. It's free. We can chat a little bit more about this video and also about other stuff. I will always try to reply to anybody, and I will be very happy about that. Also, if you liked this video, just hit a like button down below, because it is free. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, just consider doing it right now. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye for now.